and the Dogs were headed to the state tournament. But the Austin High left the program with a 17-year hangover. Until now. Led by Soup and the Jedi, the Dogs are ready to ditch the drought and put the Howe boys athletic program squarely and permanently on the Texas map.
Haley for three! He scored! He nailed it! He nailed it at the buzzer! Haley nailed it at the buzzer! Haley nailed it at the buzzer!
Suffocating defense, three-bomb blasting, lane banging and line shooting. Dr. J's boys are feeling like a team all about taking a gold ball for the first time in 17 years.
Bounce, 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 in the bucket. Lopez, and he nails the three. Three-bomb city.
Tonight, it's the first round against the Patriots of Prairiland.
We're headed to overtime on Preston Road. The Howe Bulldogs have knocked off the district champions.
It's time for the 2022 UIL State Playoffs. It's the Howe Bulldogs and the Prairiland Patriots. Here we go. Live from Bonham High School in the town of Sam Rayburn. This is Bulldogs basketball.
Today's Scene Setter is brought to you by Baker Air Conditioning and Heating, proud partner of Bulldogs Athletics. On the Howe Enterprise Sports Webcast from HoweEnterprise.com. This is Howe Bulldogs basketball.
Haley for three! He scored! He nailed it! He nailed it at the buzzer! Haley nailed it at the buzzer! Haley nailed it at the buzzer!
I mean, it was just like we drew it up, all right?
Howe Bulldogs basketball brought to you by Sonic of Howe, Scoggins Funeral Home, TechWave, Howe Athletic Booster Club, and Meacham State Farm.
Another big play there by Wilson.
Back-to-back offensive rebounds by Eli Wilson.
Also brought to you by Independent Financial, Michelle Castle Guild Mortgage, Baker Air Conditioning and Heating, GZEC, and Realty Group. Attorney Micah Belden.
For Luke Lopez, and he nails the three.
Also brought to you by Buffalo Wild Wings, Corfit Gym, Quick Check Convenience Stores, Robertson Welding Services, Hit Exteriors LLC, Goodfellas Barbershop, Knight Furniture, Don's Smokehouse, Rapid Electric.
Kicks it out to Campbell, and he nails the three.
Also brought to you by 4A Automotive, Douglas Propane, and the $1 Million Athlete.
Howe has won 7 straight district games.
Now, with the call of the game, here's the voice of the Bulldogs, Monty Walker.
Well, good evening. It is playoff basketball time in Texas. Justin White. We have the Howe Bulldogs and we have the Prairiland Patriots. We're in Bonham, Texas, and we expect tonight to be one outstanding basketball game with the Howe Bulldogs, who are streaking, who have won 8 straight to finish out district play, led by Soup and the Jedi, that being Jacob Campbell and Austin Haley. But also the Prairiland Patriots have something to say about the Howe Bulldogs also tonight.
Yeah, I mean, the Bulldogs are hitting on all cylinders right now, especially on both sides into the floor. On offensively, they're playing, I've said, efficiently. They balance. They have. They know who the scorers are, the role players. Everybody kind of knows their role offensively, and defensively, I think they're even better. You know, Jacob Campbell alluded to after the Leonard game that he thinks they're one of the best teams, defensive teams in the state. I don't know about that, but I think that they're a really good team.
Well, when you give up 32 a game in district, I mean, you can make an argument.
Yeah, they play very good defense, and you know, and I think some of that, or I think a lot of it goes to obviously the players, but I think that's Coach Forsyth and that's his experience that he brings to the table,
and also the style of the game. Obviously, it's more of a 1990s style of basketball. Mm-hmm. The half court set, not run and gun like we've seen, let's say in the Ty Harvey era, you know, when it's run and gun, that kind of stuff. Howe likes to slow it down and play half court. Not going to see that from Prairiland tonight.
Yeah, and I think, you know, Howe knows what they are. You know, they know they're not a run and gun team. They know they can't go up and down the floor. And so knowing kind of what kind of team they are and the personnel they have, and they've been able to fit that to the game and get some wins under their belt.
With us tonight, the Blizzard on stats. Talk a little bit about stats and what we could expect tonight from the Howe Bulldogs.
One thing I want to talk about first is free throws. Jacob Campbell has got to the free throw line 139 times this season, making 122 of those at 87.8%. That is unbelievable for any level of high school basketball for a kid to shoot in the 85% range. If Jacob Campbell gets to the free throw line tonight, it'll be a great night for the Howe Bulldogs.
Yeah, he shoots well. Also, Zach DeFrange leads the team overall in shooting with 54%, but he doesn't shoot near as much as Campbell.
Well, and I think something interesting about Jake Campbell, look at the stats. He said 139 free throw attempts. That means he's only missed 17 free throws all season long.
Yeah,
that's amazing.
That is amazing. A sophomore.
A sophomore, yes.
Yeah. What's he going to be in a couple of years?
Oh, wow.
Hey, so at halftime, we've talked a lot about how not winning a gold anything in quite some time. Talking about gold footballs, gold basketballs. The boys' side. Let me stress the boys' side, because the girls, you said a couple of weeks ago that there for a while you could count on Death, Taxes, and the Lady Bulldogs, winning gold basketballs.
Absolutely.
But, the boys haven't been there in a while. And we were talking before we went on the air that, how they've got a chance to get a gold something tonight. Yeah. And that would be spectacular for the program.
Yeah, I mean, and especially the way again, the boys program, it's the football team has struggled, first time in a few years for the basketball team. So they're kind of holding the boys' history here on their shoulders right now.
Yeah, the boys program has really turned a different direction almost. You hate to say it, but once Coach Bryan was hired, they haven't lost a game.
They really haven't.
They're undefeated with the new AD in town. Now, can that carry over to other sports? We don't know, but that's, it's a different direction, and obviously it's a quick other direction for the boys' athletics. And but going back to the playoff history, Howe has not been real successful overall, but going back to the 4-5 season, Howe had a spectacular run. Coach Tim Rose is here. We'll talk to him at halftime about it. But that year they made the state finals in Austin. And that's something Howe's never done before and has not done since, obviously. Got beat by Tuscola Jim Ned, and that was one of your favorite players, Blizzard.
Yeah, good old Colt McCoy.
Yeah, he was on the floor. I think he had 12 points that night, something like that. So Colt McCoy beat Colin Mangrum for Howe and Justin Howerton. Both of those players went on to play D1 basketball, SMU in North Texas. And since then, it's really, they haven't won a gold ball since. The following year, Colin Mangrum and the Bulldogs got beat 55-45 to Salina. Now, they had a first-round bye, so they would have gotten a gold ball there, you would imagine. But the first-round bye put them against Salina.
So Mangrum was a junior the year they went to state.
Mangrum was a junior that year.
Amazing.
And then in 08-09, or 12-13, Howe lost to Sunnyvale, 50-39 in by district. The following year, lost to Sunnyvale again, 72-31. The next year, lost to Holiday, 61-56. The following year, lost to Henrietta, 54-39. And the following year in 2016-17, lost to Commerce, 71-47. So they're not a stranger to the playoffs since then by any stretch of the imagination, but they're not. They haven't won a gold ball. Now in 17-18, the last time the Howe Bulldogs were in the playoffs was against Pottsboro, and that was a 70-53 loss in the bi-district round, and that's been it since the 17-18 season. That was Elijah Campbell, the older brother of Jacob. That was Noah Campbell's freshman year, I believe. So there were two Campbells on that team and a Campbell on the floor today. So it's been a while, but the common denominator there are Campbells. on the floor.
And so, six out of 7 years from 2012 to 2013 season to 2018, 6 out of 7 seasons they made it to the playoffs. But as you said, couldn't get out of the first round.
The starters for tonight for Prairiland Patriots will be Jamison Flatt, Braden Nichols, Rylan Berry, Cardadrian Coulter, and Gage Bankhead. We've got a couple additions to the roster this week for Prairiland, which will be Christopher Kirby, Abel O'Neill, and Gavin Nicholas. They're added to the roster this week. Could see Kirby on the floor. Obviously, some additions there. Howe will go with their normal roster, no call-ups. But Austin Haley will get the start. We're presumed these are the starters. This has not been official yet, but generally it's Austin Haley, Zach Defrange, Jacob Campbell, Luke Lopez, and Eli Wilson. Now, Wilson has been under the weather this week, so from what I understand, he's full of fluids and ready to go. So
I'd imagine it'd be hard to keep a kid like him out of a game like this.
yeah, how could you miss this game?
No, I mean,
Yeah, I can't imagine missing this game. So we're in Bonham, Texas. We're at Leonard A. Gerner Gymnasium, Bonham, Texas. A good atmosphere over here. All stadium seats on the far side for the home team, which is Prairiland. Howe in the visiting bleachers, but a lot of Howe fans here tonight.
you said earlier, I think off air, our text message, you had a chance to talk to Colin Mangrum. Did he say anything as far as basketball for the playoffs or anything?
No, but I told him, if they win this thing this week, they're probably going to call all of y'all back for a pep rally or something, so get ready. And he just laughed, and he wished them the best of luck.
Great.
So, again, we're going to talk to Tim Rose at the half about that team and his 23 years of coaching at Howe. That's obviously the longest tenured coach of the Howe basketball program. A lot of wins. We'll talk to him at the half. But Howe Bulldogs, again, filling the stands over here in Bonham. It's going to be pandemonium, you would think, at some point tonight.
Yeah, you would think so. I mean, this is about halfway between both schools, I guess. And Prairiland's filling up their side pretty good. And Howe's still got some seats to move in.
So I was over there a moment ago. Big thank you to the Bonham coaching staff, by the way. We got over here, plugged in our internet. We're in this gym, and we can't get any internet in this gym. We weren't going to be able to broadcast. I thought at one point we're not going to be able to do it because it would not hold the internet that we brought. So I told the Bonham coaches that we're not going to be able to do the game. Do y'all have any suggestions? Can we tap into your Wi-Fi? And they said, well, we've got one of those hotspots. Let me go see if I can grab it. So they grabbed the hotspot. We plugged it in, and luckily it just happened to work. So thank you to the Bonham coaching staff. I talked to Kyle DeZern, the athletic director over there. Of course, the first thing he said was, where's Justin? I said, Justin's always 2 minutes away.
Yes.
And he just started laughing. So
on the road.
You and the Bonham AD have a good friendship. Talk about that.
Yeah, we've known each other grew up together over out in East Texas. And so if you'd have told us 5 years ago either one of us would be around this part of town, we'd been like, well, how's that going to happen? And now, lo and behold, he's at Bonham, and I've been doing the broadcast at Howe. And I feel like a Bulldog because there's a little trash talk between me and him. So I have to take a little bit of the brunt of the Bulldogs struggling the last few seasons, and so I've been having to fight through all that. So I'm with you guys.
So in basketball season, you get to talk trash.
Yes, he knows who's winning right now. Who's still playing?
We've got about a minute before introductions, I believe.
We're gonna mess y'all up. Start a minute early.
So I think we're going to get ready.
They said they're going to start about a minute early.
Yeah.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
So there's our PA.
Welcome to Leonard A. Gerner Gymnasium for tonight's UIL.
If you can hear the PA, but we're going to have starters tonight.
The Bulldogs of Howe High School.
And the crowd comes to its feet for the Bulldogs. A lot of people here. A lot of former Bulldogs here. And then Prairiland on the far side, they come to their feet. Big crowd here at Bonham.
Please rise as we honor our country with the playing of our national anthem.
And the national anthem. And with that, it's playoff basketball time in Texas, Justin White.
Well, let's do this. It's been a while since we've been able to say that. I know it's been about this time a couple years ago, Prosper, when the girls were in the regional finals.
So the Howe Bulldogs being introduced right now. Zach Dufresne's the starter, senior. Gets a handshake from Ethan Lopez. Eli Wilson is got a lot of fluids in him, and he'll start tonight, even though being a little bit down in the weather earlier in the week. Here's Luke Lopez, the senior. Jacob Campbell. Some crazy handshakes from Ethan Lopez. They shake hands with the opposing coach, which is Stephen Weddle. And now Austin Haley comes out with his Jedi sword and swords his way out. That's pretty funny. So we're just about ready. The Howe Bulldogs break out of their little huddle, and now for the home team, Prairiland Patriots. Again, a full-throated crowd on both sides tonight. Jamison Flatt will be introduced first. He will wear the number 2. We're in the corner on the far side, on the Howe side, as Braden Nichols is introduced. Ryland Berry.
At forward, number 14, senior, Gage Bankhead
being introduced.
At forward,
and finally,
10, sophomore,
Cardadrian Coulter.
The Patriots are coached by Stephen Weddle and assisted by Cody.
We're just about ready for tip-off. Going to be a great evening here in Bonham, Texas, as Zach Dufresne will tee it up, and we'll see who goes out there to jump it off against him. Any final words?
Let's get a gold something.
Let's get a gold something. I like that. It's been a while since Howe's put a gold anything in the trophy cases at Howe High School. They really want to do that tonight.
And they match up pretty good against Prairiland. I expect a competitive ball game.
So here we go. Dufresne wins the tip, goes back to Wilson. Austin Haley has it to Jacob Campbell. A pass to Austin Haley at right wing. Howe on the far side from us. And now Campbell left wing, guarded by Nichols. Up top to Luke Lopez. Down in the corner to Haley, up to Lopez, right wing. And we're underway, 7:37 left to go in the first. No score, just got through with the tip. Here's Lopez on the left side of the court, top to Wilson, over to Campbell. Dribbling to the top now. Passes over to Dufresne. An inside pass gets away from Wilson. It's going to be taken by Bankhead coming the other way. He'll quickly get it to Flatt, and he'll set it up top. Right wing now in the corner to Bankhead. Bankhead quickly to Coulter, makes a move underneath, swatted away by DeFrange, and it's out of bounds, a block by DeFrange. His first of the night, and he generally has about 5 recently per game.
He does a great job of coming over there to help from the right side to the left side, able to knock it out of bounds.
Flat inbound to Coulter, back to Flat. Top of the key. Bankhead, back to Flat. Some switching now, right side Bankhead. Guarded by Wilson at the right wing, up top. All alone for a moment was Barry, but he'll give it up to Nichols. And now right wing, working the right side. Almost had our first shot of the night for 3 for Flat, but there is the first shot, which is Bankhead for 3. And there's our first points of the game, 3-0. Prairiland on top as we just get underway with 6:32 on the clock here in the first. Howe with a bounce pass. It gets away momentarily from Campbell. Let's fight for it with Wilson and Barry. And the possession is going to go to Prairiland. The pass was not a great one by Campbell, and Wilson was unable to hang on to it. It got away from him, which allowed Barry to tie it up.
Two kind of sloppy possessions for the Bulldogs here right off the bat. They got 2 turnovers.
Nichols on the inbound to Flat. Right side Nichols at right wing. Looks at the cutter. Bankhead in the middle of the lane. Turns around, passes Coulter. Left wing back up top. Flat. Back to Coulter left wing. Guarded by Luke Lopez. Gets a pick, goes to the bucket. Loses his dribble for a moment. Heads back to the right wing. Now up top around the perimeter. He'll set it up. A pass to the left to Flat. A pass underneath to Barry. Guarded by DeFrange. He'll kick it back out to Nichols way up top. They'll set it up again. Right side Flat. Inside to Coulter. On his way to the bucket. Turn around. Pass back out to Flat for 3. That's off the right side of the rim. No good. And rebounded by Luke Lopez, who gets it to Campbell. 5:45 on the clock. Campbell bringing it down the right side of the court. Looks at Haley, but decides to go to the lane. It's knocked away from him. And a scramble for the ball. Still a fight for it. Luke Lopez, I think, has tied it up, and that is the case, and Howe will have possession.
Again, 3 possessions in a row that just have looked kind of sloppy, and the Patriots have come to play defense here. They're getting their hands in there and knocking the ball away and getting the loose balls.
Lopez on the inbound to Campbell, guarded by Nichols. Cooper Jones into the game for Eli Wilson. Haley right wing, guarded by Flat. Up at the top is Cooper Jones. He'll bounce once and give it to Luke Lopez, who shoots the 3 off the front of the rim. No good, but rebounded by Campbell. He'll set it back up at the top, guarded by Nichols tightly. Campbell goes to the bucket, passes out to Haley for 3. That's in the bottom of the net. And Howe ties the game with 5:04 left to go in the first at 3. Quickly down the court is Bankhead for 3. That's no good, but Barry gets the rebound. Coulter now up top. Coulter again, and now Flat on the cutter. Thought about Bankhead cutting through, but Coulter on the left wing is going to kick it back out to Flat. Flat's going to make a move on Haley and kick it out to Nichols for 3. That's an air ball, but it's rebounded by Luke Lopez. And Campbell will slow down the game a little bit with 4:30 on the clock. A long pass, corner, Haley guarded by Flat. Inside pass to Cooper Jones. It's no good, but he gets his own rebound, and a foul is called.
I like that. Haley got it in the corner and then found Jones flashing to the basket, got it there underneath there to the basket to him, and he's able to draw the foul.
Barry called for the foul. Lopez gets it in to DeFrange, who goes to the bucket, puts it up. That's no good. It's rebounded by Coulter, who's quickly going down the other way. Game tied at 3, 4:11 on the clock here in the first. A long shot by Flat, no good. Rebounded by Zach DeFrange. And here is Lopez to Campbell, who will bring it up the court. Again, a low-scoring basketball game, which is playing into Howe's favor. That's what they want. Jones to Campbell left wing. Going to drive on Nichols. Goes up. A player goes down. Nothing is called. Campbell gets his own rebound, puts it back up left-handed. That is good. And Howe takes the first lead of the night, 5-3.
Good job by Campbell to recover his rebound after he knocked a guy down. Didn't call no foul.
A strange no call.
Exactly. He got his rebound and put it back and got the offensive rebound of the points.
Flat up top, guarded by Haley. Right wing to Bankhead. Now up top to Coulter, guarded by Lopez. Coulter over to the right side, Nichols. A lot of ball action here. Berry almost walked, but he stopped. And now he'll set it up to Nichols, very top of the key. Stephen Weddle, head coach, changes the call. Coulter's going to be called for a charge as Luke Lopez did a fantastic job of falling to the floor.
And he stayed right in front of him. Coulter thought he got a step, tried to drive the lane, and Luke Lopez did good defense to stay in front of him and get his 6th charge of the season.
Campbell will bring it up to the right side. Howe leading 5-3, 3:03 on the clock here in the first. Campbell driving to the left side of the bucket, will kick it out to Luke Lopez, thought about the three. He's going to make a move towards the free throw lane, now kick it out to Haley. Thought about driving, goes from one corner to the other. On the left side, now he goes to the bucket, baseline kick out. Zach DeFrange, the jumper, off the back of the rim, no good. Cooper Jones swats it away volleyball style into the arms of Luke Lopez, right wing. Lopez kicks it out to Campbell, who will slow it down with 2:38 on the clock. Howe with a 2-point lead. Cooper Jones up top now to Campbell as they switch around. Left wing goes Campbell, up top back to Cooper Jones. Lopez in the corner, comes up right wing to the bucket. The runner up off the glass, that's good. Howe leads 7-3.
Luke Lopez strong to the bucket with the ball, able to get the basket.
Nichols quickly to Coulter, down in the corner to Berry, head fake on Zach DeFrange, nothing doing there. Back up top to Flatt. Now Coulter making his way to the bucket. He's cut off by Luke Lopez. Will back up behind the arc. Now he's going for the layup, and that's no good. DeFrange was in great position, but Berry got the rebound, put it up, and I believe Cooper Jones is going to get called for a foul.
Kadarian Coulter, number 10, is an athletic guard. We've seen him get to the basket a couple of times. Lopez has done a pretty good job of staying in front of him. He got the charge earlier, but that time able to get to the bucket. And then on the rebound, Rylan Berry able to get the rebound and draw the foul.
First shot by Berry is no good. And we have a sub as Kai Wilkerson comes in for Gage Bankhead. That's our first sub of the night for Prairiland. Of course, Cooper Jones in for Eli Wilson was the first sub of the game. The backside is good for Prairiland. And another substitution as Tyler Mall comes in. And Campbell will bring it up on the right side. 1:54 left to go in the first. Howe leads 7-4 as Campbell goes left side. Lopez, corner, Haley. Right wing. He'll dribble it up near the top. A long pass over to Campbell. On the left wing, guarded by Nichols. Or Flatt, rather. Now Haley, right wing. Campbell in the corner on the right side. To Haley, right wing. To Lopez, left wing. Down in the corner. A lot of ball action. Cooper Jones in the middle of the lane, goes up, draws the foul. A nice job there as he draws it on Tyler Mall, who just entered the game.
And it was a great pass by Austin Haley, kind of zipped it in there, almost sidearm to Cooper Jones at the free throw line.
Do you think Haley's ever connected with Cooper Jones before?
Yeah, I don't know if they've ever thrown the ball around any,
Jones' first shot is good, and Howe extends their lead 8-4. Jones' second shot is also good. It's 9-4. 1:21 left to go in the first here in Bonham, Texas. As Flatt will dribble it up the middle of the lane. Flatt working on Austin Haley. Coulter behind the line. Flatt will make his way to the bucket. Left-handed runner. It's no good. Zach DeFrange tips it up. It's going to be rebounded by Mall and put right back up. 9-6 our score as we're at the minute mark in Bonham, Texas. Campbell guarded by Coulter. He'll dribble to the right side. A good pass underneath to Cooper Jones, who puts it up. And that one is good, and Howe takes an 11-6 lead. We're at 45 seconds.
You get that deep in the paint to Cooper Jones, you're pretty much money.
Corner to Wilkerson, and now back up top to Flatt. They'll switch positions, left wing now. Wilkerson now. It's going to be the runner underneath. Mall, a quick pass underneath. That's swatted away by Campbell. Great hands by Campbell. He turns around, somehow saves it into Austin Haley. 21 seconds on the clock. Haley, right wing, will come up just a little bit. He'll dribble a few seconds, waiting for the last shot. 12, 11. A pass to Cooper Jones, now a pass to Campbell. They get it in his hands. 7 seconds. Now a pass back to Austin Haley. Right wing, 3, 2, 1. He shoots the three, fading back, and it dribbles off the back of the rim. Almost a Jedi moment again. 11-6 as we will enter quarter number 2. We'll be right back.
Howe Bulldogs basketball brought to you by Sonic of Howe, Scoggins Funeral Home, Techway, Howe Athletic Booster Club, and Meacham State Farm. Also brought to you by Independent Financial, Michelle Castle Guild Mortgage, Baker Air Conditioning and Heating, GCEC, and Realty Group.
Attorney Micah Belden.
Also brought to you by Buffalo Wild Wings, Corfit Gym, Quick Check Convenience Stores,
Robertson Welding Services.
Hit Exteriors LLC, Goodfellas Barbershop, Knight Furniture, Don's Smokehouse, Rapid Electric. Also brought to you by
4A Automotive,
Douglas Propane, and the $1 Million Athlete. Now, with the call of the game, here's the voice of the Bulldogs, Monty Walker.
First quarter thoughts, Justin White.
A little sluggish at first by the Bulldogs, but they kind of get their legs under them. Doing a good job, obviously, defensively. It seems like every shot, obviously, is contested. I kind of would like to see some better rebounding on the defensive end for the Bulldogs.
Blizzard, what are we looking at stat-wise?
Cooper Jones is your leading scorer with 4. Luke Lopez, your leading rebounder with 3. Jacob Campbell leading in assists with 2, and steals as well with 1.
We enter quarter number 2, and Bankhead back in the game, and he'll give it to Flatt as we start. Coulter up top, guarded by Lopez. Now in the corner, Flatt. That's a long 3, no good, rebounded by Lopez, your leading rebounder so far, as he'll add to it right there. Haley to Lopez. Thought about Jones cutting, and now to Campbell through Jones. Campbell makes his way to the bucket, goes up, a quick pass to DeFrange. Lopez was wide open, did not shoot. He'll turn around, look for the jumper, but he kicks it out to DeFrange. And now Haley will direct traffic, as Lopez will run baseline and switch with Campbell. Haley making his way to the bucket, cut off now. Zach DeFrange turns, gives to Campbell. A long 3, that's in the bottom of the net. Howe extends to 14-6 with 7:07 left in the second. A quick pass to Bankhead in the corner. Back up top to Nichols. Coulter, left wing, going to make a move for the bucket around the baseline. Puts it up, no good, rebounded by DeFrange. Kicks it to Campbell, 6:51 on the clock. Campbell dribbling left, dribbling right, dribbling left. Uncontested down the court, now to Haley, left wing. Cooper Jones, now Campbell, right wing, is going to go on Nichols. Making his way underneath the basket, kick it out. Haley for 3. The ball's up off the front of the rim, no good, rebounded by Bankhead. Here he comes down this side of the court. Dribbling on the right side. He's cut off in the middle, kicks it out, and now coming is Flatt. Coulter, right side, elbow, now Bankhead. Left-handed jumper blocked by DeFrange, who comes up with it. His second block of the game. He averages 5 here recently. And now Campbell will take it the other way with Howe leading by 8. 6:09 left to go on the clock here in the second. Lopez on the right wing to Cooper Jones at the very top of the key. Guarded by Coulter. Haley in the corner will bring it up left wing now to Campbell. Makes a move on Nichols. The jumper is good, as Campbell's starting to light it up a little bit, and Howe takes a 10-point lead. Flatt will bring it up the middle of the court. Dribbling left-handed. Now to Berry, left wing. Now back up top to Flatt. Prairiland slowing it down just a little bit. 5:27 on the clock. The pass right side, Nichols. Inside, Coulter. He's cut off by Lopez, and he backs up on the right side and at the very top. He'll move to the top. A pass left to Flatt, guarded by Haley. Haley cuts him off baseline, and he's going to get called for that. Haley did a great job of moving his feet, but he got a little bit of body on Flatt.
He really did, and the Bulldogs have done a good job these last couple of possessions on defensively moving their feet and kind of doing a good job of creating angles, stopping the angles of the Patriots.
Bankhead guarded by Jones. Now up top to Flatt, guarded by Haley. Flatt's going to make a move to the bucket. Left-handed layup. That's up, no good. Rebounded by Haley. He'll go quickly the other way. Fancy dribbling to get out of traffic, and he'll slow it up and hand it to Campbell. at the very top of the key with 4:52 left to go here in the second. Howe leading by 10. A pass in the corner to Luke Lopez. Low-scoring game, lots of defense. That's how Howe likes it. The Bulldogs play suffocating D. Here's Campbell for three off the front side of the rim. No good, and it goes out of bounds, and Prairiland will take it.
I kind of wonder, Jack DeFrange down the right block, he had one-on-one coverage down there. I would like to get down to DeFrange, see if he could make a move down the basket.
I think a timeout has been called. I didn't see who by, but Howe with a 10-point lead. I think it was Prairiland. Carson Grogan says, who's running the board for us tonight, our engineer, who will do some sidelines again for us. He was your on-the-field sideline guy for the state championship, Class 5A Division II. Got to interview probably the most popular high school head coach in the state of Texas, in Jason Todd. But he'll return to the sidelines in the fall. Tonight doing engineering. We'll get Jake Roberts back, I guess, in the fall to do engineering. But a good game tonight, Justin.
Yeah, really good. And one thing I'm noticing, too, is Prairiland is down by 10, and they're having a hard time manufacturing points because of the stingy defense by the Bulldogs. As you get later in the game, they're not going to have time for these 30, 45-second, 50-second possessions. They're going to have to start trying to score, which is going to have them rushing to score.
So here comes Flatt bringing it straight up the middle of the court, guarded by Haley. A pass to the right side, Bankhead, guarded by Cooper Jones. Pass over his head to Coulter. Top of the key, guarded by Lopez, and a shot right side three, no good. And again, it's Lopez who comes up with the rebound. And he'll flip it over to Campbell, who'll bring it up the court. Slowly. 4:07 on the clock before the half. He'll dribble right side, guarded by Nichols. And a switch pass to Haley, goes to the bucket. The runner up, no good. And it's rebounded by Bankhead coming the other way. He'll give it to Flatt. Flatt making his way top of the key. A quick pass, Bankhead for three. Left-handed shot up, no good. Coulter quickly there, but Campbell takes it away. And he's going the other way with it. We're at 3:42 in quarter number 2. Campbell, a quick pass to DeFrange underneath. It's beautiful.
Great pass by Campbell. Got into the lane and went up for the shot, and then just saw DeFrange down there all alone by the basket.
18-6. Howe leads with 3:27 left to go in quarter number 2. Here's Coulter. Thought about the three, guarded by Lopez. Kicks it in the corner to Berry. And now he'll switch with Nichols in the corner. Now Coulter will walk it up top to Flatt. At the very top, guarded by Haley. Now left side, Nichols, guarded by Campbell. The cutter is Coulter, but they miss him. And now up top to Bankhead. A quick pass underneath to Berry. It gets away from him for a moment, but he's able to kick it out to Flatt. Makes a move on Haley in the middle of the lane. Left-handed runner is good. 2:55 on the clock, and it's 18-8, back to a 10-point game. And now they start to press. Campbell back to Haley. Campbell down the court to Lopez. Lopez has to give a long pass to Haley on the right side. Thought about a three. Now another long pass to Lopez. A quick pass inside. Now back to Haley in the corner. Up top to Campbell. 2:33 on the clock. We're going to slow it down a little bit. Cooper Jones will stand at the top of the key as Campbell and Haley play catch. Here's a quick pass underneath to Cooper Jones. Goes up, off the glass, no good. He tries to get his own rebound. It lands in the hands of DeFrange, who puts it back up. 20-8.
That was Cooper Jones being aggressive under the boards, somehow able to tap it to DeFrange.
Down on the other side, it's Nichols, and the ball gets away from him into the arms of DeFrange, who flips it over to Campbell. Campbell driving to the bucket, left-handed layup up, that's good. Howe, 22. Prairiland, 8, 1:59 left to go here in quarter number 2. Howe wants a gold something, and they could be 2 quarters away if they keep this pace. Flatt to the right, over to Nichols, and up top to Coulter. Now they switch position. Flatt for three from the left wing, no good. Rebounded by Cooper Jones. And Campbell, a long pass. Luke Lopez will pull it up on the right wing and flip it back to Campbell, who trailed. And Campbell now will slow it down just a little bit. Dribbling back and forth. Nichols plays off of him just for a moment. DeFrange comes up for the pick and roll. Now a long pass in the corner to Haley. He decides to pull up and hand it to Campbell, guarded by Nichols. A pass to Haley in the corner for three. Haley rolls in, rolls out, And it's rebounded by Coulter over Cooper Jones. Coulter quickly down the court. Going to be cut off by Luke Lopez. In the corner, Bankhead's going to jack it up. He won't. He loves that shot right there. And now Nichols for three. Nichols will hit it after the Bankhead miss. And so now it's an 11-point game. 50 seconds on the clock. 47 as Campbell will bring it down the court. Just crosses the mid-court stripe. In the corner to Haley. A pass up top to Cooper Jones. Left side to Campbell. A pick from DeFrange. Campbell a pass to Lopez, who drives to the bucket, turns around, and they're going to have to kick it out, and he does to Haley. 30 seconds on the clock. Campbell will handle the ball tucked up against his left side. And now a pass to Cooper Jones. The ball above his head on the right wing. A bounce pass to Haley. Left wing now in the corner to Campbell. 15 seconds. Playing for the last shot. Up top. Luke Lopez, top of the key. Haley, right wing. Campbell, up top, 7 seconds. Campbell, guarded by Nichols, gets a pick from DeFrange. He's going to the bucket. Campbell's going to make his way on the layup, up, and that one is good, left-handed. And that ends the first half. Jacob Campbell, who flexes with his fist around his belly button, and Howe takes a 13-point lead into the half. And Howe is 2 quarters away from a gold something.
Boy, that last possession, you couldn't play that any better. They played for the last shot, took about maybe a minute off the clock, and then Jacob Campbell drives to the bucket, jump stop, layup as time expires, and you go into the locker room with an 11-point lead. You couldn't have planned it any better for the Bulldogs.
We're going to take a quick timeout. When we come back, we're going to talk to former Howe head coach Tim Rose, who went to the state tournament back in 04-05.
Howe Bulldogs basketball brought to you by Sonic of Howe, Scoggins Funeral Home, TechWave, Howe Athletic Booster Club, and Meacham State Farm. Also brought to you by Independent Financial, Michelle Castle Guild Mortgage, Baker Air Conditioning and Heating, GCEC, and Realty Group.
Attorney Micah Belden.
Also brought to you by Buffalo Wild Wings, Core Fits Gym, Quick Check Convenience Stores,
Robertson Welding Services.
Hit Exteriors LLC, Goodfellas Barbershop, Knight Furniture, Don's Smokehouse, Rapid Electric. Also brought to you by
4A Automotive, Douglas Propane, and the $1 Million Athlete.
Now with the call of the game, here's the voice of the Bulldogs, Monty Walker.
We are at the half. Holy moly. It's 24-11. You knew it was going to be a low-scoring game because the Bulldogs, that's what they do. They play great suffocating defense, and they've basically held Prairiland to almost nothing in the first half. We're joined now by former head coach Tim Rose, longtime Howe Bulldogs head coach. You were here, basically since Norman Dickey. Okay, maybe not that long.
I've been here a while.
So, first of all, let's talk about this game. Did you expect a 13-point lead at the half?
No, I really didn't. We're very capable of doing it. Defensively, we're playing really as good as we've played all year. And, you give them 6 points the first quarter, 5 points the second quarter. You're going to win a lot of ball games playing defense like that.
So you got here in 1990.
1990.
And from what I remember, you had a great basketball team that year.
I tell you what, we had some great athletes, but we had a lot of them are crippled up, including you. We went I think we went 3 rounds in the playoffs in football, and we had a little attrition. And we kind of struggled through it a little bit, but the kids, y'all did a great job coming out and playing hurt. And I remember, I think it was Wade Carson had a torn ACL, and he taped it up and went on with it.
So then once you got into it, and you got some kids like Dwayne Emmons and Roy Lehman and guys like that, then y'all started really, making some pushes in the playoffs. Talk about the 90s.
Yeah, it started a little bit slow. It had been, I think they'd made 2 playoff runs in the 80s, and it was, I think, a runner-up finish. The last district championship was 1974, and so it was 22 years between district championships. But once we finally kind of got it rolling, and the thing about it is it really got it started was a team that was really like 8-22. But every night they were in a ball game. And then it just started building from there, and it took off, and kids were interested in playing. And we did have a great run of athletes starting to come through, and it went on for a few years.
Now let's talk about the state run down to Austin. You had some great athletes. Colin Mangrum, I don't know if anybody can say there's been a better basketball player in the Howe program.
Oh, there was many on that team. I mean, Colin was our point guard. He was a junior. We had some outstanding seniors. Justin Howerton, big kid, went on and played 4 years at the University of North Texas, got to play in 2 NCAA tournaments. Kevin Brooks, 6'6" swingman, actually his senior year, he was the district MVP. He was outstanding three-point shooter. We had inside-outside game. It was fun to coach those guys because whatever the defense was giving up, we took advantage of. If they wanted to try and stop the inside, the outside game was unbelievable because we were surrounded by shooters. If they want to step outside, we had the big guy inside. So it was pretty easy coaching that bunch.
What was the moment like when you stepped on the court at the Irwin Center?
Oh, I can tell you right now, it took my breath away for just a second because I'd been going to the state tournament for years and years, probably 20 years I'd been going to the state tournament, but just watching. And then when a guy comes, knocks on the door, says, "Coach, your team can take the floor now." So we head to the floor, and I walk just kind of catty-cornered across to the home bench under the basket and just kind of looked around, and I tell you, my heart was beating. But once I got there, got settled in, it was just a regular game. Just a regular game.
So when you beat Godley the week prior, did you ever think, man, it's going to be 17 years before Howe wins another playoff basketball game?
No. I didn't even think about the next playoff game win, truthfully. It was just a matter of you get to that pinnacle, and you wanted to take that one more step to get to the state championship. We came up just a little bit short.
So technically, I guess Howe, the following year you got a first-round bye. So technically, with an asterisk or something, they did it. Your team did advance, but you got beat in the second round by Salina.
That year we were really good again.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you remember, we had Colin was back, averaged 28.5 points a game, and about a week and a half, 2 weeks before the season ended, he pretty much wrecked his ankle. He didn't even play. He didn't play the last 2 or 3 games of the season and did not suit up for the playoff game. And we lost to Salina by 10. I honestly believe we could have made it to the third round that year, truthfully.
Yeah.
And but the kids that we had, they played their tails off. We had some young kids, and they really stepped up and represented us well in that playoff game over at McKinney.
So we're about to get underway here in the second half. What are the Howe Bulldogs going to have to do to hold on to this 13-point lead?
I can tell you right now, Prairiland's going to come out with their best. They're going to come out playing hard. If we can withstand this little bit of charge, keep our defense playing well, cut down on, make sure we're not turning the ball over. We were a little nervous at the start. We had a couple, 2 or 3 turnovers.
Little butterflies.
But I tell you what they've done this game that I have not seen in a while is we have made some great passes inside to wide open post kids. And if we'll keep playing like that, I think the Dogs will take care of business tonight.
All right, Coach. Appreciate it. Thanks for joining us.
Appreciate it.
All right. That is former head coach Tim Rose, longtime Howe Bulldogs head coach. Will step back in with the Blizzard, Blake Burnett, who will have some stats with us here in a moment as soon as he gets his headset ready and fired back on. The Blizzard and Justin White with us tonight, along with Carson Grogan. Blizzard, give us some stats whenever you're ready.
All right, Jacob Campbell is our leading scorer for the Bulldogs. He has 11 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists, and 2 steals at the half. Austin Haley has 3 points. He hit that first big three-pointer. He's kind of slacked off since then, but he adds a rebound and some good defense on the defensive side. Luke Lopez who's guarding Prairiland's best player, has been shut down on him tonight. He also has 2 points and 5 rebounds, and he drew a charge. Zach DeFrange, 4 points, 3 rebounds, and an assist. I don't know how many assists Zach has on the season, but it was a nice pass to Jacob early on in the game. Zach has 2 blocks as well, as he's averaged 5 the last couple of games. And Cooper Jones, 4 points and 2 rebounds off the bench for the Bulldogs. Now for Prairiland, they've just missed a lot of threes. 2 of 11 from 3 tonight. Rylan Berry has 1 point, 3 rebounds, and an assist. Jamison Flatt has 2 points and an assist. Braden Nichols has 3 points. Gage Bankhead has 3 points and 2 rebounds. And Tyler Mall has 2 points. Both teams have attempted 2 free throws tonight so far.
Justin, I'll ask you the same thing I asked Coach Rose a moment ago. What is Howe going to have to do to close out this basketball game?
I think keep doing what they're doing. I think luckily for the Bulldogs, Prairiland 2 for 11 behind the three-point arc. You live and die by the 3, and they're dying right now. And the Bulldogs aren't shooting much better, but they can go inside and go outside. Patriots right now can only shoot from the outside, and they're not making any.
Howe will come this way in our corner now and shoot this side. We're just underway. Campbell up top to Haley, back to Campbell, just playing catch back and forth to each other. Haley, back to Campbell. Back to Haley. This is like 8 consecutive passes back and forth between the two. Now back to Haley. He'll pass to Lopez in the corner. They finally let somebody else play. Now back to Campbell in the corner to DeFrange, back to Campbell. They're playing corners here. Wilson in at the high post. And it's Campbell and Haley. And it's Campbell back to Haley. It's Campbell back to Haley. Same thing, back and forth. 7-11 on the clock here in the third. Campbell and Haley just playing pass back and forth to each other. Now a corner pass to DeFrange. They split it up just a little bit. Now back to Campbell, back to Haley. Campbell back to Haley. Here we go. Back to Haley. Haley back to Campbell. This is ridiculous. Back to Haley. I mean, we can do this all day long. Campbell back to Haley. Haley back to Campbell. In the corner, Luke Lopez. Back to Haley. Back to Campbell. Campbell. Back to Haley. How long are we going to do this? Back to Campbell. Campbell back to Haley. Haley back to Campbell. We've burned a minute and a half. Now a quick pass underneath the DeFrange. He puts it up. They caught him napping.
They really did. It went back and forth, and finally the man who was back there on DeFrange, it was a 1-3-1 zone, fell asleep and left the big 6'6" guy in the middle down below the basket.
Here goes Nichols to the bucket around the perimeter, and he'll kick it out to Bankhead. Now a quick pass underneath. Maul swatted away. I think that's DeFrange who swatted it. And here comes Howe down the court. 6:04 on the clock here in the third. Howe with a 15-point lead. Haley to Wilson. Now Campbell, right wing. Up top, Luke Lopez. Haley, left wing. Thought about going to the bucket, almost walked. And a bounce pass over to Wilson. Right wing in the corner now to Lopez. Lopez looking to Campbell. Top of the key. Wilson left wing. Guarded by Maul. Top of the key to Haley. Haley to Campbell, right wing. Campbell thought about driving. He'll kick it up to Luke Lopez. Top of the key. Now to Austin Haley. Left wing. And now Wilson's going to drive to the bucket, throw it up in the middle of the lane. It's no good, but he gets his own rebound, and he'll kick it out to Austin Haley, top of the key. Guarded by Flatt is Haley. He'll dribble to the right side of the lane, over to Lopez, right corner. He'll bring it up to the right wing. Wilson in the middle of the lane will turn it and give to Lopez, who gives to Haley. Now Wilson on the left wing. Inside, DeFrange hit hard by Coulter, and a foul is going to be called on Coulter. I think he fouled him twice. He got called on the second one.
Well, the first possession, they played a 1-3-1 zone defense, as I said earlier. This possession, the Patriots played man-to-man, and the Bulldogs are just with great ball movement. They're screening away. They're moving without the ball. That time they got DeFrange down the block right there on Coulter and forced Coulter to foul him. And unfortunately, DeFrange missed that first free throw.
And Jones will check in for Wilson. Again, remember Wilson has been ill this week. And here's a rebound by Cooper Jones. He puts it back up left-handed, and it rolls, and it goes in! It's the slow roll! 28-11, and Jones will shoot as he was fouled.
Well, DeFrange couldn't make the 2 free throws, but Cooper Jones comes in there and just muscles his way in, gets an offensive rebound, and you're right, that thing spun and just hung on the rim for about 3-4 seconds until it finally decided to fall in. And
when it finally did, Jones jumped about 5 feet up in the air. His free throw is good, and Howe has extended their lead to, holy cow, 18. Down the court quickly, Prairiland puts it up, no good. Rebounded by Mason Day, who's just entered the game for Tyler Mall, and a foul's going to be called, I believe, on Cooper Jones.
Nobody got a body on Mason Day. He's a big guy down there. DeFrange is going to have to put a body on him, and Day's able to draw the foul.
4:33 on the clock here in quarter number 3, and Day will shoot. Howe leading by 18, as May will shoot it off the right side of the rim, no good. And it's 29-11, 4:33 on the clock. Day will shoot another one. We can't see the scoreboard. Day's second shot is good. We can't see the fouls on the scoreboard. That's on the other side, so I don't know team fouls. It's hard to see over there. Campbell to Jones. Now to Haley, left wing. Into the game is Tyler Hostetler for Prairiland. A bounce pass from Jones to Luke Lopez in the corner. He'll bring it up right wing. Now up top to Campbell. Guarded tightly by Nichols, who's going to make his way to the bucket. Up, and he's fouled by May. May with his hands straight up in the air, but his legs were moving all over the place, and Campbell will shoot 2.
Man, how did Campbell get through the lane? I mean, he was split defenders and just somehow was able to muster up a shot as he went right into the paint of the defense.
You know how you run ropes?
Uh-huh.
It's kind of like he was running ropes through the lane.
Yeah.
And his first shot is good. And Howe with a 30-12 lead. 4:08 left to go in the third. Campbell will shoot the back end here. Shots up, shots good. Of course, Campbell missed only 17 free throws all year, as we were talking in the pregame show. 31-12. Coulter down the middle of the court's going to be fouled by Lopez as he just charged his way through the lane, and Lopez got caught with the body block.
Remember, I talked about how it's going to be hard for the Patriots to manufacture points because they're not hitting their threes. It's hard to get any points inside the paint. Unless they start getting some transition buckets, the way the Bulldogs hold the ball for so long, it's going to be hard to come up with points for them.
Bankhead, now Nichols. Nichols kicks it out, Coulter. Coulter drives to the lane, a pass to Bankhead for 3. Left-handed shot's good. Bankhead hit the first points of the game on a 3, and he hits that one there. And Howe leads 31-15 after the three-pointer with 3:53 left to go in the third, and a timeout's been called.
Well, I said if they start hitting threes and they go ahead and hit one right after I say that, so.
Yeah, way to go, Justin.
So hopefully we'll see what Coach Forsythe does here in this timeout to put a stop to that.
What are we looking like stat-wise, Blizzard?
Zach DeFrange with 6 points tonight, 3 blocks, 3 rebounds. He's been the anchor on defense tonight, and Luke Lopez has been the on-ball defender anchor as well.
Yeah, I would agree. He's really done a fabulous job on Coulter.
These last couple weeks, he's taken the challenge of taking away the other team's best player, and he's done great at it.
I agree.
Well, and Jacob Campbell, he is, there are players who step up when, in big spotlights like this, and he's doing exactly that.
That's funny. We talked about Colin Mangrum during the halftime show with Tim Rose, and no question who the best player in Howe history is basketball-wise. It's Colin Mangrum. There's no question. But by the time it's all over, could Jacob Campbell make an argument for that? I think he's on his way to making a pretty good argument as a sophomore.
I mean, he's the man on this team right here. He makes this team go for sure.
3:51 on the clock as we're underway again. Howe with a 31-15 lead. Campbell in the corner to Haley. Haley will dribble up a little bit, flip to Lopez. Now Campbell Left wing, guarded tightly by Nichols. Nichols almost takes it away from him, and he does. He's going the other way. Nichols is going to, he stepped on the line. He stepped on the line, and it's going to go Howe's way. Nichols is he's not very big. He's very scrappy, and he's very fast. And he just picked the pocket of Campbell, but he stepped out of bounds.
Yeah, he must have barely, because I was watching those feet there, and I think he just barely had like a toe on the outside line.
Lopez will inbound to Campbell. 3:33 on the clock here in the third. Howe with a 16-point lead. Lopez left wing, guarded by Bankhead. Now to Campbell. He tries to pass it to DeFrange. It's swatted away by Coulter, and it goes out of bounds. Howe will retain possession. Michelle Carney taking pictures right here close to us as Luke Lopez is inbounding. Lopez looking for somewhere to go. A whistle. And I didn't hear.
It's a hold on Austin Haley.
Okay.
Okay.
How many fouls is that on Haley?
2 fouls.
Nichols down the court. Now to Flat. Middle of the lane to May. The jumper is good. Mason Day with about a 3-footer on the block. And it's 31-17. 3:03 left to go in the third. Jones to Luke Lopez, right wing. Top of the key to Cooper Jones. He'll dribble a little bit, pick up his dribble now. Haley thought about the three from the corner. Guarded by Coulter, and a bounce pass to Campbell. Nichols almost picked his pocket again. And now in the corner, Jones spins, turns, picks up his dribble. Got to get it somewhere. And Nichols saves it as he goes out of bounds. A pass by Jones. And the other way goes Hostetler. In the corner, Bankhead thought about the three. Coulter driving the middle of the lane to May. It gets away from him. He throws it back in, but I guess he was out of bounds because they blow it dead. As all of a sudden, Prairiland trying to make a push. And Howe's called a timeout. And that's a good timeout.
I think that's a good timeout. Yeah, you can kind of tell that maybe they're starting to play with a sense of urgency. Prairiland is, and Coach Forsyth, and you got to be expecting that. They're down by 14, and they're playing for their playoff lives, and so they're starting to play with a sense of urgency, and Coach Forsyth kind of sees that, kind of chance to call a timeout and kind of gather up the troops.
Yeah, it's getting down to the real moments of this game, isn't it?
It really is. I mean, if Prairiland can pull within 10, maybe 9 at the end of the third quarter, they got a chance. But as I said earlier, the Bulldogs on offense, they're holding the ball for so long, and they're scoring.
I was talking to Superintendent Kevin Wilson during the week about the style of Howe, and we agreed that it was more 1990s style of basketball. It's kind of like a Dale West version of basketball.
It really is.
You really stall and hold the ball. And talking about Dale West, talking about the Bell slot T type of football offense. Here is Haley driving to the lane. He's cut off, kick out to Cooper Jones. Back up top, Haley. Directing traffic. He'll come back to the center of the court. Top of the lane. Guarded by Hostetler. Haley directs traffic again. Campbell guarded tightly by Nichols. Campbell can hardly get away from him. Haley to Lopez. They run perimeter. Campbell, he's going to go to the middle of the lane. The jumper up. That's good. And Howe finally settles in a little bit here, 33-17. They ran the perimeter to get Campbell open in the middle of the lane and Nichols off of him. Here's Nichols down the court to Coulter. Coulter driving the right side of the lane. He goes up left-handed. He's going to draw the foul. And I think it's on Campbell.
I think it's on DeFrange.
It's on DeFrange.
The Patriots will get a little bit more aggressive here, going to the basket, trying to draw foul, direct contact, and get to the line and shoot while the clock is stopped and see if they can make points up that way.
If Prairiland is able to get back into this game, it's going to be because of the play of Braden Nichols defensively on Jacob Campbell. That matchup here lately has been very, very tight. Coulter, who missed his first shot, second shot's good. It's 33-18, a minute 35 left to go in the third. A little press look by Prairiland. Now they retreat a little bit. Campbell will bring it across the line. Now to Haley. Left wing, top Cooper Jones. Jones a bounce pass to Campbell, guarded so tightly by Nichols. He'll make his way left side of the bucket. Up in the middle, up, that's good. Campbell with a beautiful penetration of the lane. 35-18.
Well, got in the lane, watched his man go up, and then kind of muscled his way up between two guys.
106. Bankhead with the ball. They'll switch with Coulter. Right side guarded by Lopez. Turn around, kind of a hook shot. Threw it up. No good. Rebounded by Campbell. Under a minute left. A pass to Luke Lopez. Back to Campbell. Nichols in the shorts of Campbell. And now a pass to Haley. Underneath Cooper Jones. One bounce up. Fake. Good. Jones with a great night so far tonight. 37-18. 38 seconds left to go in the third. Up the middle goes Nichols. Right side. Bankhead. Guarded by Jones underneath to May. Turn around, gets Zach DeFrange up, but DeFrange is able to control it and block it away. Rebounded by Hostetler. Howe wanted a walk. Here goes May, middle of the lane. He knocks over the defender, and that's a charge, and that is the Jedi.
Well, Mason Day got at the free throw line, took one step, and he's kind of a big guy and knocked into Haley. He's getting a little frustrated today, and that was an obvious foul as he lowered his shoulder right into the chest of Austin Haley.
Haley felt that one.
That's
a big boy.
He took a serious blow right there, and now Eli Wilson will check in with 19 seconds left to go in the third. Campbell and Jones will bring it up top. Campbell guarded by Nichols. Wants a screen from Wilson. He gets it. Campbell gets away for a moment. 6 seconds on the clock. He's tripped. A pass underneath to Cooper Jones, but they're going to call the foul on Bankhead as Campbell tripped over him. And Campbell limping just a little bit with a sore foot. And he's not going to be able to shoot. There's 3.9 on the clock. Lopez quickly underneath to Wilson. He puts it up. It's good. And he got the foul. Wilson will shoot as he got the quick inbound pass from Lopez.
That's the second time we've seen Ethan Lopez inbound the ball, and as soon as the whistle's blown, he finds either Eli Wilson or another man right underneath the basket. He did that the other day against Leonard.
Wilson bounces a whole lot of times, puts it up. That's a long shot, but it banks in. It's 40-18 with 2.4 left to go in the first. 2.4, here goes Nichols. Quickly down the court. A half-court shot is off the glass just to the left of the rim and no good. And we have a 40-18 game heading in to quarter number 4. Howe is just so close from a gold something in that trophy case.
I tell you, they're just playing well on both ends of the floor. They're being efficient. I mean, I'm running out of ways to describe the way the team is playing. And Jacob Campbell, it starts with him. And everybody, again, knows their role. I mean, Cooper Jones is doing a good job in the paint. Zach DeFrange blocking shots. Austin Haley has he's hit a three. He's had a quiet night, but he's done a pretty good job defensively. Luke Lopez has done a good job defensively. Everybody's kind of played their role here tonight.
The Post have had a big game tonight.
You know, and that's the thing. You know, the first wave through the district, the word on Howe, the book on Howe was, all you got to do is stop the guards. Stop the guard play of Haley and Campbell and Lopez, and it's ball game. But what they forced, what they did is they tried to expose the inside game of Howe, and what's actually happened is Wilson and DeFrange and Cooper Jones have answered the bell during that time, and that's totally turned this team around.
They've stepped up. I mean, they're not going to be guys who are going to take the game over and do offensive threats, but they're good role players where they kind of clean up the trash underneath and go for the loose balls and play defense and make things tough for the opponent on defensive end. So they just know where to be at.
The overly hustling Eli Wilson, I think, has just been a spark plug for this team. And we enter the fourth quarter. And here's Flatt dribbling up on Haley. And a pass to Nichols, left wing, a bounce pass into Coulter, a quick pass to Bankhead for three. Rolls in, rolls out. Rebounded by Berry, who picks it up. That's no good. He's short, and Lopez grabs it. And here we go with Howe back coming this way down the court. 7:41 on the clock. Campbell, guarded by Nichols, an errant pass, and it gets away. Flatt going the other way. He's going to turn around on an easy layup, but he misses that and ends up in the arms of Flatt again, who puts it back up this time. He converts it, and it's a 20-point game. 7:23 on the clock. Campbell's got to be better with his passes than he was that last time. He'll quickly dribble down the court, guarded by Nichols. He's got Nichols right on him. mano-a-mano, and here's Haley guarded by Coulter real tight, and Coulter's going to get called for a foul. I mean, they're playing Howe as tightly as you can.
Again, you got to expect the sense of urgency right now. I mean, they're going to play them tough, and so you got to be strong with the ball and be smart with it when you got it.
It's 1-1.
So we're shooting now in the bonus, and it'll be Haley as Coulter was called for the foul. On the blocks for Howe will be Wilson and Cooper Jones. Coulter will check out. Into the game for Prairiland will be Kai Wilkerson, and he'll go down to the box with Cooper Jones. Haley misses, and it's rebounded by Wilkerson. Flat dribbling down the right side of the court, guarded by Haley. Top of the key, now Nichols, left wing, guarded by Campbell. Wilkerson makes a move on Lopez, sidesteps him, shoots, no good. Rebounded by Campbell, 6:53 left to go in the game. Campbell will dribble left-handed, guarded by Nichols. To Haley, to Jones, top of the key. A bounce pass to Campbell, got to watch out. Nichols is right there to steal it, but Campbell grabs it. Lopez left wing, back to Campbell. Got to be real careful on your passes to Campbell because Nichols is so quick. Haley to Cooper Jones to Campbell. Campbell's going to drive baseline and kick it to Lopez. The jumper about 10 foot off the front of the rim, no good. Rebounded by Cooper Jones. He puts it up and he's fouled. He'll shoot 2.
Cooper Jones, that was all hustle and muscle right there. Cooper Jones came in there and took it away and put back the rebound.
Hustle and muscle by Cooper Jones.
I like it.
I think that may make the highlight. 6:21 left to go in the game, and Jones will hit the first of the 2. It's a 21-point game.
That's 10 points for Cooper tonight now.
What a moment to have your best game of the year. You know, when everything's on the line and you have your best game, that means you're a big-time player. Cooper Jones on the backside hits that also. It's a 22-point game. Flat will dribble down the right side. Lopez in the middle of the lane trying to cut him off. Flat goes to the bucket around a hook shot, no good. Rebounded by Wilson. The ball over his head, pass to Austin Haley. Cooper Jones was trying to fast break down the court for the Hail Mary. Austin Haley said no. And a bounce pass over to Campbell. A left-handed pass to Cooper Jones. Austin Haley left wing. Gets a screen from Wilson. And a pass to Luke Lopez. Lopez has not been open for the 3 all night. Flat has been right in his grill also. Good defense by Prairiland. Cooper Jones on the left wing. A bounce pass to Haley, top of the key, guarded by Barry. And now Lopez, now back to Haley. Haley makes a move on Barry. Perimeter to Luke Lopez. Now Campbell's going to make a play for the bucket up in the middle of the lane, and there's a foul. I don't know who they're going to call it on, maybe Wilkerson, but Campbell just went straight into the paint and went up and was fouled.
Well, the important part of that is you just knocked off, at least a minute off the clock.
Howe has held their opponent to 20 points tonight. Here's Campbell on the front side, which is good. It's a 23-point game. Which one of y'all saw this coming?
Not this bad.
Not this dominating of a performance.
Campbell on the backside. Couple of dribbles, the shot over his head, that one's good. Campbell almost perfect from the line. On the season, almost perfect. Nichols, right side of the lane. Maul back into the game, guarded by Jones. Now to Flat, right wing, guarded by Lopez. Flat trying to make a move, thought about a move. Now he goes to the middle of the court. Nichols for 3. High arcing shot, that one's good. 44-23, Howe in the lead. Prairiland will press with 5:04 left to go in the game. Haley, guarded by Wilkerson. They try to trap him, but he gets it to Wilson. Now to Campbell, who's still guarded tightly by Nichols. Man, that kid can run track, I'll bet. Here is Haley around the perimeter to Lopez, around the perimeter to Campbell, trying to find an opening to the lane. Haley's going to take it, the elbow jumper. That's up, that's good. He rolls down because he was hit after he shot. No foul call there. And it's back to a 23-point lead. Nichols, a pass off the back of Haley's foot. It gets away
Haley's
and a
hurt
fight
bad.
for it, and Haley is down.
I think he may have stepped on an ankle or something when he.
And he's going to run off the court hobbling pretty bad. Looks like a right ankle type situation. Hopefully it's not rolled extremely bad, but Haley probably, as he's walking, will not return. And into the game comes Ethan Lopez, and a timeout has been called. And I believe that.
Foul on Cooper Jones.
Oh, is it a foul? Okay, I thought it was a timeout.
Offensive foul.
I'm watching Haley kind of limp around down there in the corner. Doesn't look good. Here is flat to Wilkerson, to Maul, guarded by Jones. And again, a long three. And again, it's Nichols who nails it. And it's back to a 20-point game as Nichols all of a sudden has hit back-to-back threes for Prairiland. And a timeout's been called. And Haley trying to walk it off, but he is under a lot of pain.
Well, good thing is, again, you're up by 20. Fourth quarter, the game's pretty much in hand, so Haley can take the rest of the night off and try to nurse that injury and get ready for the next game later on this week. It appears to be they'll play the winner of Callisburg and Dallas Madison.
Well, Dallas Madison, right?
Yeah, I'm trying to.
I mean, no disrespect to Callisburg.
I'm trying to give a little respect to them, but Madison is the number one ranked team in 3A, and they're probably heavily favored, so more likely.
Haley is walking a little bit better now, but still not in the game. He's being attended to now by the head baseball coach, Coach Nitson, who's quickly assessing the damage because Haley, one of the star baseball players as well. Here's a pass to Campbell, who's going to be fouled by a new player into the game, which is Christopher Kirby. Kirby with some fouls to give up as they're in that time period of, hey, we got to get people in there that's going to be able to foul. And Campbell will shoot. And that's not the guy you want to foul, though, if you're Prairiland.
I don't think that was the plan.
Was it not the plan?
Because he's unloading the bench now.
Well, I think they may see the writing on the wall right now that this game is pretty much in hand.
Campbell will, of course, hit the first. And there's 4:06 left to go.
And that's 20 points for Jacob tonight.
Wow. He's been over the 20 mark almost all of the 8-game streak.
Yeah, he's picked it up this second half of district in this playoff game.
4:06 on the clock. Campbell on the backside is also good. And it's 48-26. Nichols, guarded by Campbell. He's going to shoot another three. That's actually two. He missed it. Rebounded by DeFrange. He gets it to Campbell. A lot of pressure down the court from Nichols. He gets over the mid-court stripe. Lopez, left wing, back to Campbell, top of the key. Campbell going to drive. Now kick out. Lopez, switch to Lopez. Both Lopez's into the game. And we've got an internet issue. So Lopez, Ethan Lopez, back to Luke Lopez, back to Campbell. And now a foul's going to be called.
Maybe a technical foul called against Prairiland.
Yeah, it was a foul and then a technical foul.
So Jacob Campbell will go to the line
for three.
What? Are we back on?
Campbell, it's the first one.
And let's see.
Campbell hits 2 free throws. He's going to hit he's shooting the foul and a technical foul. He hits all three of them.
So there's 3:31 left to go in the game, and Campbell's shooting a whole bunch of free throws. Wrap it up for us, Justin. Get us back on track.
He's hit 4 free throws in a row. He's got 22 points. 52-26. Bulldogs lead over Prairiland. What are you saying, Blake?
He's 10 of 10 from the free throw line tonight.
Wow.
So we're on the back side of this thing, it appears. We've had some internet issue. We told you we had internet issue over here in Bonham. There's almost no service in here. And here's Campbell down the court. 3:27 left to go. He flips over to Luke Lopez. Now to Ethan Lopez. Now to Campbell. Campbell inside. Zach DeFrange puts it up. That one is good. And Howe continuing their dominance tonight.
What a beautiful pass.
And now a long three is no good, rebounded by Cooper Jones. And Jones to Campbell.
Now at this point, you're trying not to get nobody hurt.
Campbell to Ethan Lopez. Now to Campbell, top of the key, guarded by Nichols. Campbell will drive middle of the lane, and they're going to call him for are they going to call a walk?
They did. I think they
He
did.
kind of hopped a little bit through the lane. Campbell doesn't like it, but apparently we're back on there. So not sure what happened with our internet, but we've had very spotty internet over here in Bonham, so our apologies. Hopefully you're back. Campbell kind of galloped through the lane right there a little bit, and I think he might have had one step a little too much.
I think so.
Coulter along the left side is going to be guarded by Ethan Lopez, middle of the lane. He puts it up left-handed, and I think he's going to get a foul called on him. Ethan Lopez may have picked up the foul. And Coulter will shoot with 2:29 left to go in the game. Hopefully we're back on and everybody can hear us finish this one out, because this one is it's a big win for Howe if you can hang on right here to a big lead with only 2:29 left to go in the game. 54-26, Coulter bounces a couple of times, left-handed shooter, that one's good. 54-27 our score. Campbell with the ball in his hands, guarded by Flatt. He'll come down almost untouched, goes up and swatted away, but Cooper Jones is there to put it right back up. And it's 58-27. Flatt, middle of the lane, that's going to be blocked, but a foul's called on Jones. And with 2:15 left to go, stop fouling, right?
Yeah, at that point, DeFrange was trying to block a shot. At this point, just let him score, because the game's at hand. 56-27, 2:15 to go in the ball game. Like I say, you're trying not to get anybody fouled or, any tempers flare or anything like that. You don't want anything happening at the end of this game.
Yeah, I think it's time the JV players go in myself.
Empty the bench?
Yeah, empty the bench.
2:15 left to go in the game. It's 56-27. Flatt will bounce a couple of times on the free throw, and that one is good. It's 56-28. Ethan Lopez, a bounce into Campbell. Will dribble it across. Lots of pressure. A great pass underneath to DeFrange, who puts it up. And Howe's up by 30 in the Bi-District Championship. Here's a pass in the corner, and that's going to be no good. And a rebound by Campbell, who has to throw it away, and it's DeFrange who comes up with it. Or was it Jones who rebounded?
It was Jones.
It was Jones, and here's Campbell with a bounce pass to Luke Lopez. 1:45 on the clock. Campbell at the top of the key. And in the corner, Ethan Lopez going to the bucket. The runner no good. Rebounded by DeFrange, who should have put it back up, but kicked it out anyway to Luke Lopez. And here's Campbell at the top of the key with $1:30 left to go in the game. Guarded by Flatt, and he's going to get called for a charge as Campbell is Flatt. Even though he was bouncing backwards on his heel and fell down, they somehow got Campbell. And now checking into the game are some of the crowd favorites. Kevin Bateman, Jared Brusso, Ryan Huff, Caleb Taylor, and Campbell will remain in the game. 1:26 left to go. Coulter to Flat, guarded by Huff. Long shot, no good. And that one is going to be rebounded. I think that was Day who rebounded it. Now up top to Flat, shot the three, rolls in, rolls out, and it's going to be rebounded by Taylor, who gets it to Campbell. Under a minute left to go in the game. Campbell on Coulter. Caleb Taylor drives to the bucket, kicks it out to Campbell. 54 seconds. Guarded by Coulter. Fancy dribbling by Campbell. Coulter guarding him tightly. The ball gets away from him. Swatted away by Coulter. And a pass to Huff, who gives it back to Campbell. 39 seconds left to go in the game. Howe is ready to erupt in the stands. Crowd to their feet. Huff holds it with 28 seconds.
Get it to Bateman.
25 seconds and a timeout's been called. Noah Riley is going to check in.
Jacob got a technical.
Oh, a technical has been fouled on.
He asked them if they wanted the ball.
Who'd they call it on?
Jacob
Campbell.
He asked the Prairiland defender if they wanted the ball.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah, that's...
Hostetler shoots the technical, which is good. Campbell will, I believe, check out of the game here. And Noah Riley will check in. Hostetler's second shot is good. And Forsyth is having a little chat with Jacob Campbell right now. You don't want to taint the by-district win with something like that.
Yeah.
Here is Flat dribbling it down. Makes a move on Ryan Huff. Underneath. It's swatted away by Noah Riley as Mason Day went up for the shot with 18.6 seconds left to go in the game.
That was all ball.
50-38 our score with 18 seconds remaining. And Mason Day shoots the first, and that one is good. It's 58-31.
I'm trying to find maybe a score of the Madison-Callisburg game. I'm assuming Madison wins, but I was trying to find out. But
second shot is also good by Day, and it's 58-32. Brusso inbound to Taylor. Nowhere to go. It's going to be stolen by Hostetler. And now a layup by Wilkerson is blocked into the arms of Brusso. Dribbles once, gets it to Taylor. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it. That's your ball game. Howe has won a gold basketball for the first time in 17 years. 58-32 over Prairiland, and Howe go nuts. It's been a long time coming.
Enjoy this one. I mean, this one, they came to play and looked a little sketchy at first in the first couple of possessions, but the Bulldogs settled in, and I mean, they're peaking at the right time, and they dominated this game. 58-32. I mean, it was no question who won this game.
Tim Rose comes up and says the drought is over. Howe gave up 32 points a game in district play on the backside during the winning streak, and that's exactly what they gave up tonight. 32 points to a playoff team.
Yeah, defensively they were great. I mean, it helped that Prairiland couldn't hit anything from beyond the arc, but they guarded the paint well, and then offensively they made the most out of every possession the Bulldogs did.
Wow. What a moment. I've got something special for Coach Forsyth, if he can come over here. As the team celebrates right in the middle. A 58-32 win in Bonham, Texas, as Michelle Carney gets her photo there. Everybody they're waiting on Noah Riley to get a shooting shirt on so they can have the photo. Come on, Noah. Noah trying to hurry. What a moment for the Howe Bulldogs. It's been 17 years and the drought is over. Wow. Howe will advance another round for the first time in a long time, since 2005. Now, again, in 2006, they did have a first-round bye, which technically gave them the second round, but they didn't get a win on the court that year.
Yeah.
This year, it's a win on the court, and it's a gold ball. And the team erupts and celebrates. So now they're going to the home crowd. They turn around and face the crowd who is on their feet. A very proud Howe Bulldogs crowd made their way over here to Bonham. And no information just yet as where a game with Dallas Madison or Callisburg would be. But we'll have to check and see if we have any of that information. Again, we have a special moment for Coach Forsyth when he gets over here. We do want to talk to him. Who else do we want to talk to?
Do we want to talk to Jacob Campbell again, or
let's not. Let's talk. Let's spread it around a little bit. We've talked to Haley. We've talked to Campbell.
I say Zach DeFrange or Cooper Jones. Your pick.
I think Cooper Jones had the the best game of his young career here, and I think well deserved.
He had 13 points and 6 rebounds tonight.
That's an outstanding game. You know, Eli Wilson came in a little bit under the weather, and you didn't know how he would do during this game, but he started both halves, played well, but Cooper came in quickly, and Cooper had an outstanding game.
Yeah, Cooper, I mean, coming off the bench, he's done pretty good all season long, just kind of that spark plug off the bench. And just when Eli Wilson's just not been feeling well, he came in there and cleaned up and was a window cleaner on the glass.
So I think they're presenting they're cutting the net. That's what they're doing. Zach DeFrange will be the first one to cut the net. And we'll see. Maybe we can get I hate to pull them away from a moment, but I'd like to get someone on the air here before we leave. We had a lot of listeners early on in the broadcast, and I think we're still on. Again, we had internet issues. If not, we'll upload the entire game back up to YouTube. But I think we got back on fairly quickly and didn't miss a whole lot. But
well, let me ask you guys: are you surprised the domination that they had tonight? How well they played? I mean, I didn't know if they'd have playoff jitters or not, but they seem to settle in after possessions.
If you ask me if they'd be able to hold them to 32 points, I'd say, somewhere around there, maybe 40. Could they score 58? No way. I would have said no way they could score 58 in a playoff game, but they did. And a lot of it was Jacob Campbell. And really, yes, he had the big points, but you have to spread that around. Cooper Jones with the big game, but it took the whole team.
Well, I think it helps that Jacob Campbell is so good that you kind of end up focusing on him so much, and he's able to kind of dish off to his teammates who have been able to be the beneficiaries of his good play.
So we'll see if we can grab Coach Forsyth. He's walking this way. Here he comes.
Here he comes, yeah.
And I got some. Oh, he's got that. There we go. He's going to grab Blizzard's headsets there. There you go. Hey, I got something really special for you.
All right.
You want to hit that button right there? There you go. Victory light.
Oh, there you go. I see it now.
The victory light is on in downtown Howe.
There you go.
Yeah, we don't do that often.
Not for basketball, we don't much.
17 years for the Howe program. Yeah. The monkey is somewhere laying on the floor in the corner right now because it's off the bat.
Yeah, it is. It's big time for our boys and big time for our program and just for the school in general. Coach Rose gave me a big hug there at center court and said, he said he didn't think it would ever happen. And, if it was ever going to happen again, and now we got another gold ball coming back to the trophy case there after 17 years.
Yeah, that's a lot of fun. How this game, you've been giving up 32 points a game during the winning streak. By the way, that's 9 now, right?
It is 9.
Yeah. So during the winning streak, you've given up 32 points a game. And here in a playoff game to a playoff team, You give up 32 to Prairiland. That's pretty impressive.
Yeah, our boys are working hard, and we had a lot of adversity this week, and we knew it was going to be tough, and we were going to have to grind a lot on defense, and it's just undisclosed adversity this week, but nothing bad, but just just a couple of bumps and bruises and things like that. But just to see our boys play defense and just to keep pushing, and give it hats off to Prairiland. They're a good basketball team. They can shoot the three, but our boys, did, for the most part, did what they were supposed to do and pulled that out tonight.
Obviously, Coach, Jacob Campbell's the guy that makes this team go, but everybody kind of knows their role. You had Cooper Jones cleaning glass down there in the paint, Zach DeFrange blocking shots, Luke Lopez playing good defense. Talk a little bit about all the other role players that play. It's not just Jacob Campbell. Everybody kind of knows their place on this team.
Yeah, definitely. Everybody knows where they're supposed to be. We talk about it a lot. We define our roles. What can you do to help? Our post guys know that they got to get rebounds. They got to pump fake finish and put it in the basket around there. Rebounding is a big key for us right now. Zach's blocking a lot of shots. He moved himself into the starting role because he's blocking shots. And what can you say about Luke Lopez and his defense? He's going to lock down the other team's best player for the most part and play defense the way he's supposed to. And you can't forget the Jedi. You never know when that guy's going to pull out something and just lightsaber somebody up. So, he is what he is, and he does. He's a jack of all trades and does everything he needs to do at the right time.
I know you're thinking about this win here, but in the back of your mind, we haven't seen yet, but we're assuming Dallas Madison won. We haven't seen yet officially. Is that kind of the back of your mind, thinking about that coming up this week?
It has not been because, honestly, I told our boys, I said, we're focused on one game at a time. And because we haven't been to the playoffs in years and we hadn't won a playoff game in years, let's get that first, and then we can worry about who we play next after that. I'm sure it'll be Madison. I'm sure it's going to be tough, and it's going to be, athletic, and they're going to be all over us. And, it's going to be something that we've never seen. But I told the boys, I said, we're going to go out swinging, and we're going to go out doing what we do. And if what we do is not good enough, then hats off to the person who beats us, and good luck to them the rest of the year.
Coach, I appreciate it. Congratulations.
Thank
if you want to flip those headsets over to Luke Lopez, we'll talk to him for
I don't know if you
want
to talk to Luke now. All right,
thank you, Coach. Appreciate it.
Hey,
congratulations.
thank y'all, fellas. Thank y'all so much.
Yeah, there you go. Hey, we're joined now by senior Luke Lopez. Shut down D, that's what you're all about. 32 points on the board tonight for the opponent.
32.
That's the average of what the Bulldogs have been giving up during the 9-game streak. You did it again tonight. Defense is what this team is about.
Yes, sir.
How good does that feel coming out getting that goal ball?
It feels great. This is something that we all have dreamed of, and I can't even think, I'm a loss for words right now. It's crazy.
Did you get to cut down your portion of the net?
I did, and since I've never done it before, the scissors, they're
yeah,
dull, so I got all
frayed.
strands hanging out. But you know what? It's fine. I'm not going to forget about this. This is going to stay with me for a long time.
Hey, big game tonight from everybody. There's Coach Forsyth cutting down his portion there. Big game tonight for a lot of role players. Eli Wilson a little under the weather coming in.
Yes,
Cooper
sir.
Jones had to step it up. Cooper Jones, there it is. There's the last cut. Coach Forsyth holds the net up high, and he brings it down. Talk about Cooper Jones and his play tonight.
Oh, he is one of the most aggressive players. He doesn't mind getting down dirty in the post, and he's so versatile. He's so quick. He can play on the perimeter too. And he's just a great young player. He holds himself accountable, and he's one of the hardest workers we have on our team right now.
Leadership is one of your greatest assets. Talk about that being in that room.
I just try and hold my guys accountable. They're grown. Somewhat you got to keep them in check sometimes, but you tell them, I've been there for 4 years, so I've witnessed it all and I've experienced it all, and you just got to share that and make sure that.
Hey, go be with your team.
All right, I appreciate it.
Thank you so much. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you, guys.
That's Luke Lopez.
Are we going to try to get Cooper? Or
I feel bad because he missed that moment with his team there at the very end. They all looked like they all said a prayer there at the end. And we'll try to get Cooper if he's eligible. They're all talking over there. The victory light is on in downtown Howe. We don't do that a whole lot for other sports, non-football. We've done it for the Lady Bulldogs when they won playoff championships. So here we are. Blizzard, do you want to give us some stats?
I do, but first thing I want to say is we have a halftime score of the Dallas-Madison-Callisburg game. Madison is up 51-19 at the half.
Wow. Okay.
So that game may be.
Seems like it's well in hand, huh?
Yes.
Yeah. We'll start with the Bulldogs. Jacob Campbell had 25 points tonight, 5 rebounds, and 6 assists. 25, 5, and 5 is a big number for high school players. That is great that Jacob was able to do that in his first career playoff game. Austin Haley, 5 points, 1 rebound, 1 assist. Luke Lopez, 2 points, 6 rebounds, and shut down defense tonight. Eli Wilson, 3 points and 2 rebounds. Zach DeFrange, 10 points, 4 rebounds, and 3 big blocks. Cooper Jones, 13 points and 6 rebounds tonight for the Bulldogs. Prairiland, their points were scattered. Braden Nichols, 9 points, added 2 steals, was probably their most consistent player on the night. Jamison Flatt, 5 points. Rylan Berry, 1.4 rebounds. Kadarian Coulter, 2 points and 1 rebound. Gage Bankhead, 6 points and 2 rebounds. Mason Day, 4 points and 3 rebounds. And Tyler Mall, 2 points and 1 rebound.
We got Cooper Jones coming up. I don't know if we want to get all that hair underneath that. Hey, Cooper Jones joins us here. Eli Wilson was a little under the weather this week. We knew you were probably going to get a lot of action. Played your best game of the season in a playoff game. When you talk about big-time players, that's usually when they step up and play their biggest game in the biggest game. You did that tonight. How did that feel?
It felt great, man. I had 13 tonight, and that's the most I've had all my high school career. And we just played as a team. We played as a family, and we were in that to win it. We wanted that gold ball. We wanted the next round. We're ready for Dallas-Madison.
What did it feel like to celebrate there at the end and cut that net down?
Oh, man, it was just different. We've never done anything like that. It's been 17 years since it was 2005 since the last time we won a playoff game. And to see us win by that much and with just the whole stands and community come together and watch us play and hype us up and win this game, it's just great.
I called you during this offensive rebound hustle and muscle. You seem to like contact down there. Kind of talk about that, how you like getting down there and getting to the paint and kind of banging with the big guys.
I love getting down in the paint. It kind of reminds me of football, and I've always been a football fan. And I always just think I think the other guy's stronger than me, and I just got to put all my effort in. So I always just put everything I got and go up as high as I can every time and get that rebound.
Absolutely.
Cooper, enjoy it. Go be with your team. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
All right. Let's get back with the stats. Blizzard, do we have, or did you wrap it up? Okay. So let's wrap up the whole thing since we don't know if we're even online or not. So I've got it recorded on backup, so just in case something happens, we'll upload it on the back end. Okay. Let's not play in Bonham ever again.
Yeah.
Either that or let's get access to their internet, their Wi-Fi. So, again, 58-32, Howe wins. We'll advance to the next round. Final thoughts, Justin?
I think, again, Bulldogs played a great game. You talked about how it's almost like Bells, with their slow tempo offense. You play Dallas-Madison upcoming this week. That's like playing Mount Vernon, with their high tempo, full court press, trapping defense, very athletic, very fast. You're going to need every bit of and some more of what you had tonight, Thursday, Friday, Saturday night, whenever they play Dallas-Madison.
Well, we will carry that game wherever it is, whenever it is. We'll be there. So for everyone who's been a part of this one, including the Blizzard, Blake Burnett, our engineer, Carson Grogan, and Justin White, our color analyst, I'm Monty Walker. We will see you whenever we see you, which will be an area championship basketball game. So long, everybody. All right.
It was fun, boys.
Well, let me post the. Let me get a picture of the scoreboard.
That's good broadcast.
Yeah. Yeah.
So how?
I guess they gave him the text. He was toying with that kid, I guess.
Well, he kept going. Here's the ball, and then he put it down at his feet, and I was like, and then he caught it. I was like, come on.
Monty's burger. That's unfortunate.
Yeah, Monty's over there like.
storm part 2 tomorrow.
Huh?
Winter storm part 2 tomorrow.
Oh, yeah.
Playing in Prosper would be nice again.
That would be. I was thinking about it, like, man, where would I'd like to play Prosper. That'd be nice.
That's where they're playing tonight. But I don't think it matters to them. They'll play on the blacktop.
I think they'll play out in the playground there.
Yeah. We need a controlled environment against them.
And I guess you're not going to be able to hold the ball like this.
No, there will be no holding the ball.
They won't let you hold the ball. Have you seen them play this year?
I've not.
I've seen them play a couple years ago before.
I saw them play before COVID shut everything down. I felt they were about to 3-peat then.
Oh yeah.
And they were. It was halftime of the semifinal. They were up like 48-12.
Who are they playing?
I don't remember. And then they called it at halftime. They didn't even get to play the second half of the semi.
You know, man, I should have brought it up. Okay, you think about this. So in the bracket.
But if we weren't playing Madison, I feel like we could get to a regional.
That's what I was just about to say. If
we were the 2 seed.
If you could have beat Blue Ridge and then maybe tied with Bells, and then play Bells in playoff maybe or whatever. Yeah. Then you could maybe.
I think we're the hottest team, but we're going to run into the best team.
Yeah. So you could have been second place playing Edgewood, and maybe playing Ponder in the,
But Ponder's good too.
But
and also, I think it would have helped us to get 4th. We'd had to play Commerce first. Tough game, yes, but we wouldn't have played Madison until like the regional final.
Who's the winner of?
That's Blue Ridge. So I need to see theirs. And Bells almost lost to Gunner last Wednesday. It went to overtime.
Really?